Right, let's discuss with Democratic Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. He's a key member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, also very close to the President of the United States. That was classic Russian whataboutism, as it's called. But do Americans' domestic divisions help Putin undermine U.S. democracy?
Look, broadly speaking, Wolf, the divisions within our country, the riot at the Capitol on January 6th, has been used by some of our opponents, folks like President Putin, like Xi Jinping of China, to spread doubt about the vibrancy and the viability of American democracy. But there is no equivalency between the ways in which Putin's Russia have been going after peaceful pro-democracy protesters like Alexei Navalny, who he's poisoned and now thrown into jail on trumped-up charges, and the folks who've been charged with assault because of their participation in breaking into the U.S. Capitol and assaulting police officers. There's a real false equivalency going on there between Putin and what's happening in his country and what's happening in ours.
Yeah, it was interesting, though, that Putin decided to raise it. The summit yielded few results, but it did give President Biden, Senator, the chance to raise his concerns directly with Putin. Considering the sort of miserable state of the relationship with Russia right now, is that enough? Is that enough, at least for now?
Well, the summit has ended with an agreement that our ambassadors will return to each other's countries. And I frankly believe that this shows you the benefits of having a seasoned and experienced president, someone who knew who he was going to meet and did what he needed to do. He went to Geneva to deliver a forceful message in person to President Putin, essentially to say, cut it out, to stop with the cyber attacks like the Summer Winds hack that infiltrated so much of our critical national infrastructure, to stop with the ransomware attacks, and to stop with interfering in our elections. That is the sort of message best delivered in person and forcefully, and President Biden was just the right person to do it, given his decades of experience of dealing with Russians and, before that, Soviet leaders.
Senator, I know we only have a minute left, but very quickly, I understand 20 senators, 10 Democrats, 10 Republicans, including you're a Democrat, reached some sort of compromise on infrastructure spending. You'll need 60 senators. Are you going to get to 60? And will President Biden, your good friend, will he support your latest compromise?
I'm hopeful. Wolf, the last major piece of legislation we took up and passed here in the Senate was broadly bipartisan. It was the U.S. Innovation and Competitiveness Act. It's to invest in our own research and development and manufacturing to make us more competitive with China and other countries. I'm hopeful that as President Biden returns, as our economy is the strongest of the G7 due to his American Rescue Plan, that we in the Senate will show that we can legislate in a balanced and bipartisan way to deliver a big infrastructure package. There was some positive movement today by the team that Senators Sinema and Portman have been leading, and I was happy to lend my support to that as well.
Well, let's see what happens on that front. Thank you very much, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. Appreciate it. Always good to have you here in the Situation Room.